Hello, in today's video it's going to be a little different. I'm going to be drawing my sketchbook today instead of drawing on the computer. So this is the middle spread of my sketchbook. So I decided to draw like a special middle page for my sketchbook because I saw people do this before when they do like special little doodles. Sometimes it's not anything that special, but I wanted to make something more special and like color it because I haven't colored a picture with Copic markers in a really long time. So I thought it'd be fun to do. I started this sketchbook last year, May 11th. So it's almost a year old. But it's a really big, thick sketchbook. That's why it's taking me so long. It is a marker sketchbook by Ohuhu. It's a pretty nice sketchbook. The paper is nice and smooth. It's really likes markers. The art supplies I'm going to be using in this video are alcohol-based markers like Ohuhu's and Copic markers and colored pencils. That's the art supplies I'm going to be using. So the idea for this picture is I'm going to be drawing my OCs Lily and Logan. So I want to draw Logan on the first page, and I plan to draw Lily on the last page. I'm drawing Lily and Logan, and they're going to be like back to back, kind of like it's switching from one person to the other, because like I already mentioned, each one of them are going to be at the beginning and the end of the sketchbook. I'm going to draw them putting up their hands, like doing peace signs. For some reason, I really like making my characters do peace signs. I don't know why, I just do. And then they're both looking at us, so their heads are in 3/4 view. And I'm gonna write halfway in the background because we're halfway through the sketchbook. And that's basically the idea. I've had Lily and Logan for quite a while now, so they're not like super new OCs or anything. I made Lily first. I made her in 2018. I basically just turned 12 like a month ago when I made them. So I made Lily and then I made Logan. Lily's the older sister and Logan's the younger brother. Logan was originally just gonna be just a younger brother. They weren't always twins. They were originally just brother and sister, but I didn't realize how much younger Logan would have to be because Lily's like 15, 16. So I wanted them to be about the same age and both go to high school. So I ended up making them twins for that reason. And their designs have changed quite a bit from before because they used to both have wolf ears because they were both part wolf. But at some point they started to bother me drawing them. So I just ended up getting rid of them and now they're just humans. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry about my shirt. It keeps changing because I was filming this over a course of a few days. So like my shirt changes quite a few times. And I'm sorry that my head comes into frame multiple times. It's not doing a whole bunch right now, but later my head does it a lot. So sorry in advance. One thing that made drawing these pictures a little more hard was the fact that I couldn't use references because I don't usually draw people in side view, so I wanted to look at a picture of what people looked like in side view. But I couldn't use references because I'm recording with my phone, and since I record with my phone, I can't look at my phone for references. Sadly, when I colored with markers, I had to say goodbye to these sketches. So goodbye to concept sketches and some sketches of Cole from Blue Spring Ride. Goodbye. I pre-planned the colors because I wanted to make sure I liked the colors because I didn't want to make the mistake with the colors. But one problem I did have with coloring is that for Logan's face, he has blue pen sketches like you saw a little bit ago. So like the blue came through the page and got on his nose. I didn't think about that when I did the blue pen sketches. And at some point, my marker I was using also got like black on his forehead, and I don't know why. I think the nib was just dirty and I didn't notice. And also Lily's face I feel like looks a little weird. Like both their faces are a little longer. I don't know, is that just because I wasn't doing a good job drawing their faces or because I had my camera in front of me? Something I learned while making this picture is that I tend to make my girl's neck thicker when I struggle with a pose. So since they're in side view, their necks get thicker. Or like if their shoulders like in like 3/4 view or like in a different view that's more hard for me, I make their neck thicker. So that's something I learned. It was kind of fun getting to use alcohol-based markers again when coloring this picture because I haven't used them in so long. And I have learned a technique since then for adding blush because I used to put blush on top of the skin tone. Then I learned at some point that it's easier to put blush underneath. So like put blush first and then blend it out with the skin tone. It makes blending a lot easier, and I remember blending blush would be so much of a hassle I would consider not adding it. One thing I kind of wish I did while I was sketching out the picture is the fact that I used a normal colored pencil instead of an erasable one. I forgot that I should have grabbed an erasable colored pencil because I often just draw with a colored pencil because it does fine in my sketchbook because I'm being sketchy. I'm not making anything finished, so if you still see the lines of it, it doesn't really matter. But I should have used a erasable colored pencil for this because I couldn't really easily erase it. That's one thing I wished I did differently while sketching. Oh, shading the hair was kind of interesting, but it was also difficult because I was trying to recreate how I shade hair digitally. So here's how I shade hair digitally. This is what it looks like. But I was trying to copy that and do it traditionally. So it was kind of hard because there was like trying to get those gradients was difficult. In some parts of the hair it did end up getting a little thicker than intended. But I feel like with practice it will get better. And if this picture doesn't end up being perfect, it doesn't matter that much because this is just in the sketchbook. It's just a sketch in a sketchbook. Like I did spend a lot of time on this picture, but it's just in a sketchbook, so if it's not perfect, it's not like I'm going to enter in a competition or anything and be like, look at this picture I made. So like, there's not much pressure to have it be perfect. Like I know I'm sharing it with you guys, but like, I don't think my pictures have to be perfect for me to post it to you guys. Even though I do try to make sure the pictures, I kind of like them. One thing I did do for my hair coloring, I know I'm like bouncing around a whole bunch in my talking, but like, the light gray I chose for their hair was a little too light, so I did have to layer over that again and use some colored pencil. Colored pencil was super useful for this picture for shading the hair because I wasn't doing a good job at getting all the highlights where I wanted them. A little more about the colors, I feel like they're just a little off. It's like I was trying to make them pastel when I chose the colors, but it didn't really end up looking pastel. So it was just like the colors I chose were just a bit off. Like their eye color ends up being just a little too light, so I do end up having to go over with colored pencil. And their hair just looks like I was trying to make it just black, which their hair is black, but it doesn't look like, ooh, that's pastel. So the original idea was like pastel because I thought that'd be cute, but it ended up just being kind of like they're just normal colors, just a little off. I've been playing Animal Crossing a lot recently. I know this has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now, like drawing wise, but like I've been playing Animal Crossing a lot recently. It's mostly because there's the cherry blossoms and I love the cherry blossoms so much. And I was determined to get all the recipes and luckily I got them. I did that trick when you build a giant wall on your beach and then you like stand at the end of it and wait for the balloons to come to you. And I basically did that and just had like my Nintendo sit by me while I'm like drawing or watching YouTube and just like look at it occasionally. I kept on having like Animal Crossing on for a super long time. I'm so happy I got all the recipes because I really like them. Now I get to finally make all the cherry blossom like lanterns and stuff. But now I need a whole bunch of cherry blossoms. Oh, and speaking of Animal Crossing, Bunny Day is almost here. I don't know how many of you play Animal Crossing. I know a decent amount of you probably play Animal Crossing, but I know some people don't. But Bunny Day is just basically Easter, and I love Easter so much. So if I end up not doing anything special on Easter, I'm gonna get to at least draw not draw. I'm sorry, I said draw because I kept on wanting to draw like a special Easter picture. But if I don't do anything on Easter, I get to like play Bunny Day and basically like celebrate Easter, collect all the eggs. But I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any new recipes, so it's not anything that special. But like I'm still excited for it. Last year for Easter. I had an outdoor Easter egg hunt with my family. I don't know if it's gonna be super nice on Easter this year because where I live it keeps on being cold, but it seems like it's getting warmer because outside today was pretty nice. I got to go outside and just like ride a bike. I finally got my bike down from the garage because we like had our bikes like hanging in the garage, so we got to take them down and ride them. It was fun. So I hope it's gonna be nice and like sunny on Easter, even if we don't do an outdoor egg hunt, just because a nice sunny Easter day just sounds really nice. Oh, and have you guys been liking those speed paints I've been doing? Because I've been doing little speed paints as like in between things, so I like give you like a little treat almost. So you have a little bit of something in between my bigger videos. Let you guys know those videos aren't monthly at all. They're just little in-between things. And when I'm talking in them, those are like the special videos. Like those are the monthly ones. Because the little speed paints are like super easy and quick to make because I don't have to record voiceover. Because I have a problem of not getting voiceover right the first time. So usually I have to record it twice and I'm super slow for editing voiceover. Because often I make a lot of mistakes, or sometimes I do well and make very little mistakes. But like for those videos, I've been having fun making them. Because then if I draw for myself, I don't feel as bad. I'm like, oh, I should be working on a video. But if I just sketch something on the computer just because, I know that I can make a little bonus video out of it. So it's kind of fun. It makes more use out of my personal doodles. Like I usually make those with the intention of making them for myself, or I just made someone a present. I was like, posted like a speed paint, because I posted a speed paint of like little twin stars, because I made that for my mom at some point. I thought it looked really cute, so I decided to share the footage with you guys. And the speed paints are nice because they're really simple and easy to make. I just take the speed paints that Clip Studio makes and just put them in there, and then it makes like a nice little speed paint. I really liked how this picture turned out. I feel like it turned out pretty cute. Of course, it's imperfect. There are some flaws here and there, but I still feel like it turned out really cute. And I'm definitely happy that I made it. It was a fun experience recording and drawing at the same time. One thing that might stop me from wanting to do it as much is the fact that I can't use references like I mentioned earlier. But I kind of want to try this again, but just like sketch in my sketchbook, just like maybe do some pose practices. So I do want to try that. And it was just fun getting to color my characters because I haven't colored them in so long. Like I don't even remember the last time I colored like a picture of Lily besides like this one in the little doodle sketch I did, because it's been so long. I do slightly want to do a more like sketchy like video and just kind of sketch and make stuff, kind of like how Drawing with Waffles does her videos. If you haven't watched her videos, she often just like fills a sketchbook spread with like markers and just sketches, which I think seems really fun to record just sketching in a sketchbook and just share it with you guys because it just seems fun. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye!